Happy New Year, project leaders. I hope that you had a fantastic holiday, that you enjoyed the closeout of 2024. And here we are already in 2025. So I wanted to take a moment to wish you Happy New Year. In this short message today, I just wanted to chat with you about what I see upcoming in 2025 when it comes to project management and project leadership. There are some very exciting things that are happening. So I just wanted to share my thoughts on what I see coming, as well as I also want to, as your project leadership coach, I want to walk you through a framework today on how you can focus on creating the type of project environment that you want to create on your projects in 2025. So, we're going to talk about that in just a minute. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jennifer Glatz. I'm the CEO of ProCollab Consulting and the founder of the Project Leader Community. All right, so let's chat about what I see upcoming in 2025. So, one of the biggest differences, one of the biggest things that I see coming is, of course, AGI or artificial general intelligence. So, the G in AGI is actually all about going beyond just the cognitive capabilities of AI. This is actually artificial intelligence that is matching or surpassing human cognitive capabilities. And so we are just accelerating AI in general. And I know for a lot of you, this can be scary. And I know for a lot of you, this is creating some uncertainty when it comes to your roles in project management. And I wanted to just give you a message today that this is an exciting time. Number one, I encourage you to dive deep into AGI this year. And so if you already have some plans to develop those skills in your 2025 Project Leader Development Plan, fantastic. I'm excited for you. And if you don't yet, if it's not on your plan, I highly encourage you to seek out some courses to help you in this area, because here's where this is really going to help you shine as a project leader. This AGI technology is going to help relieve some of the technical tasks that historically have really bogged us down on the day to day, right? So things like creating and updating schedules, creating and updating budgets, doing the trend analysis, looking at resource management plans. So, a lot of those technical areas of project management that typically took us a ton of time during our workday, we're going to be able to leverage AGI and make that more simple and kind of offload some of those tasks. So I think that's pretty exciting because you know what? That leaves a huge opening for us as project leaders to focus on something that is connected human to human, which I really think we need a lot more of this year, don't we? So this opens up the opportunity for us to work on our relationships, to work on how we work together as humans, and of course, how to further develop or create the project environment that we want to work in and cultivate that intentionally. Now, why do I use the term project environment instead of project culture? I get this question a lot. Project culture has some connotations, some history, some energy behind it. You know, we've been talking about culture for a very long time. And there can be some energy, there can be some historical feeling about the word culture. And I just want to help you to frame this as you are starting a brand new year, you are starting a brand new month, brand new week, brand new day. And so this is your opportunity to create the work environment that you love, to create the work environment that your teams are going to love and thrive in. And let's forget about all of the history that is associated with the term culture, right? Let's just start fresh. Let's start anew. And so I use the term project environment so that we can kind of offload some of that historical pent up energy around the word culture. All right. So, focusing on your project environment and building those relationships and building up the way that you work together with other humans on your projects, I think is going to be a huge opportunity for project leaders this year. And this is really going to be your key to success as a project leader. You can absolutely differentiate yourself inside the marketplace as a project leader when you leverage AI to become more efficient in the day to day technical pieces of project management. And you are focusing on that human to human interaction and building workplace or project environment. That's really going to help you stand out this year. So I'm super, super excited for you. If this is already on your radar, and already a part of your project leader development plans for the year. So let me dive into a framework that I've developed. I've been thinking about this, kind of getting it ready to share with you. So I want to invite you to think about going to a furniture store and picking out, shopping for your new favorite chair. And this analogy is going to help us walk through the framework, and I call it my project seat. So I'm inviting you to come and take a seat with me, and we're going to use the chair analogy to help us with this framework today. So, yes, in project seat, to be able to create the project environment that is going to be ideal for you, as well as helping your team to thrive together, the S stands for specify. So, what do I mean by this? I want you to picture going to the furniture store and picking out your favorite chair. So, you probably have an idea of what this looks like, right? Is it going to be a certain material? Is it going to be a certain size? Is it going to be a certain style that's going to fit in with the motif of your home, right? You are going to have a set of characteristics for this new chair that's going to be the best fit for you. And when I'm talking about building a project environment, each person on your team is also going to have their own view that's going to be unique to them, what they view as their, best project environment that they will thrive in. And so when you consider this, all the different chairs they're gonna look very different, aren't they, if we brought all of those ideas together. And so the S in Project Seat stands for specify because we really want to understand, what does the perfect or ideal project environment look like for us as project leaders? But also, we want to start to have conversations with our project teammates about, what does an ideal project environment look like for them? And then that's going to help us to really get specific on what we want it to look like. So, depending on your phase of project that you're in right now, maybe you're in the launch or the innovation phase. And so, the word innovation could be the feeling that we want to experience within the project environment every single day. So, maybe that's a great description of where you're at on your projects. Or maybe you are full throttle inside the execution phase on your project. And so maybe it's project delivery excellence, where we just want to up our game. We want to deliver exceptionally for our clients. And so when we have that personal reflection of the environment that we want to create for ourselves, but also have those conversations with the other team members that we have, we can start to really specify, envision, and bring clarity to the environment that we want to create. So that is the S in Project Seat. The E in Project Seat stands for elevate. Now, what do I mean by elevate? I mean elevating who we are as project leaders. Who are we becoming in terms of our behaviors, in terms of our skill sets, and in terms of our project leadership styles and toolkits, to be able to create that vision that we just specified. So, the second step in this framework is to work on the skills the leadership style, um, developing who we are and who we are becoming as project leaders to be able to create that environment. You can imagine that if we are trying to create a project environment that's really innovative, that we want to bring certain skill sets like agility, like flexibility, like brainstorming in a collaborative way, like creativity, right? So there are certain skills and certain behaviors that we may need to adjust or enhance, in this case, elevate, right? To be able to create that project environment around us. So the E, again, in SEAT stands for elevate, related to our skills and behaviors. The A in Project SEAT stands for awareness. So this is the next step of this, where we need to become much more aware of our personal work styles, our behaviors, our needs at work, the things that motivate us and drive us to perform on projects. And when we can become more aware of our own work style, that also opens up the door to further understanding the work styles of other people around us, right? We can start to ask those questions of our teammates to see, what are their unique behaviors, needs, motivations, and styles that makes them most efficient and helps them to do their best work as well. So the A in SEAT is not only for our own awareness about our own work styles and what we need to be successful, but it's also understanding the work styles of the people around us and how we complement each other and understanding those human to human dynamics to be able to work together in the best possible way to get the outcome we're looking for on our projects. So I invite you to think about that a little bit in terms of awareness for yourself, but also the awareness of the people around you. Now, I do get some pushback on this, especially at the third level of this framework, the awareness piece. The feedback that I often get is, you know what, Jennifer, I just don't have the time to go down to this level of detail. Like, this is a lot of work to be able to understand what's going to work for me and what's going to work for my team and how to solve all those different dynamics on our projects. And I get that. And you know what's great? You know what's amazing about 2025 that I'm very excited about? AGI can help us sort this out and make it much more efficient. There are some incredible tools in the marketplace that can help us to understand these dynamics, to help us work more efficiently together, to really understand the different work styles, what makes us unique in who we are as project leaders and teammates. And so that actually brings me to the T in SEAT, the last piece of our framework, which is tools. So there are a ton, a ton of tools in our project management toolkit to be able to make this a lot easier. Now, you may have heard terms like, Myers-Briggs, right? The personality tests. My personal favorite is the talent optimization platform called the Predictive Index, which gives us a lot more clues into work styles and behaviors, needs and drives of each individual, as well as it's really exciting because it leverages AI to be able to help us understand the dynamics as well and the inner workings of our teams. Not only that, leveraging AI tools can help us become more efficient with the technical side, freeing up more time to be able to do this deeper dive into awareness about, our work styles and the work styles of the people around us, and to be able to really focus this year on creating the project environment where we're all going to thrive together inside the project. So, tools is the last piece of our project SEAT framework. And if you think about this, just from that piece of furniture perspective, You want to specify what the piece of furniture looks like, right? You want to specify what does your project environment ideally look like for you, but also your team. So that is the S. E for elevate. I like to think of a recliner, right, where the foot support comes up, or even a desk chair, right? That the height adjustment on your desk chair. I like to think about that elevation lever to help me remember, elevate your behaviors and skills the way you're showing up in the workplace. The A, awareness of different work styles. When I think about the analogy of a chair, picture a whole bunch of different mosaics or pieces of all the different chairs that your teammates have identified. And although that may be a pretty outrageous looking chair, if you combined all of them together, that's what we want to figure out. That is the target, to create a mosaic, to create the ideal combination and focus on those team dynamics. And then the T in SEAT stands for tools. So I like to think of all the different levers and adjustments, from an ergonomic perspective on a desk chair to help me remember the tools piece. That there are so many different levers that we can pull and different tools that we can reach for to be able to create the project environment that's going to be ideal for us. So I hope that you enjoyed this framework. I hope that this is giving you some incredible ideas on how to create your ideal project environment this year in 2025. And I also hope that this message just gives you some ideas of your own learning and development for this year, right? Developing those skills in AI to really become much more efficient in terms of your technical project execution, freeing you up to be able to do more work, to dive deeper into developing your project leadership skills specifically, so we can dive deeper into the human to human interaction. So I think it's going to be a incredibly fast paced year in 2025. Um, I'm excited to see all of the AGI developments that are going to be coming out. I know that, some of the professional associations related to project management, they are rolling out new courses and exciting things as well that will help us develop in this area. And most importantly, I'm really excited that there is going to be a renewed focus on creating project environments where people love to come to work. They feel like they are thriving in their project roles, where we are able to solve a few more kerfuffles on the project team, where we are able to create an environment where people are doing their absolute best work and we are celebrating the amazing project successes that come out of a really healthy project environment. I'm excited to see how that all is going to shape up this year in 2025. So I'm so glad that you stuck with me. I hope that my project seat analogy with the furniture analogy as well has helped you to remember this. And if you have not had a chance yet, come and join us inside the Project Leader community. What I'm going to do is pop an invitation link for you in the first comment or description below, so you can come in and join us. So if this message resonated with you, there is a lot more to come in 2025. So I look forward to serving you and interacting with you inside this year inside the Project Leader community. So would love to see you there, and I will catch you in the next one. See you then.